video, I'm explaining the science of hair growth and how to keep it healthy and irresistibly thick. Maybe you find yourself scratching your head over how hair grows, or mourning the loss of your youthful mane. When should you start being concerned over hair loss? Lucky for you, we're covering all that and more. By the end of this video, you will have a complete understanding of your hair that scientifically makes sense, making you wish you stumbled upon this video sooner. Are you ready? Let's go. Independent women. Imagine each of your hair strands as a group of independent, fierce women. Much like you, they are out there hustling, making things happen. Maybe you're a powerhouse career woman who's out there getting the job done.
Ron, hi, yes. I needed that on my desk at 12 and it's 12:02. Where are you?
An incredible stay-at-home wife or mom who keeps her family and house in tip-top shape. Or perhaps you are living your best life, pampering yourself with a bit of luxury. Whatever your gig, you are out there crushing it and making those dreams come true. But on this wild ride, there are phases of growth, contentment, and starting fresh. Surprise, surprise, your hair goes through the same roller coaster. Your hair, much like you, cycles through 3 distinct phases, and understanding these phases is the starting point to the science of hair care. The fancy terms for these phases are anagen, catagen, and telogen, but to keep it fun, we are going to call them the grow up, the vacation, and the rebirth. Exactly how am I supposed to act out rebirth? First up, the grow up phase. This is when your hair is all about growth. Just like you're setting those long-term goals, planning for 3, 5, or even 7 years ahead, your hair is in its growth spurt, getting longer and stronger. This phase is different for each person and is not a one-time frame fits all. Next, we hit the vacation phase. You have smashed those goals, and now it is time for some serious R&R. Think of this as your dream vacation where you can truly unwind and savor your hard-earned success. During this time, your hair takes a break too, chilling out and enjoying the fruits of its growth. Finally, we arrive at the rebirth phase. You have come back from your dream vacation, reflecting on what worked for your hair goals and what didn't. It is all about shedding what no longer serves you, making space for the new and improved. Your hair does the same, letting go of old strands to make way for fresh growth. The rebirth phase can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months, giving you ample time to refine and reboot. In this stage, you may notice that your hair is shedding a bit more than in other stages, and at times it can be quite scary to see that hair in your hands. On average, we shed upwards of 100 strands per day, but this doesn't necessarily mean that all those 100 strands are shedding at a single time. If you are someone who wears their hair up a lot, you go days on end between washes, or maybe you're not brushing your hair on a daily basis, you will find that it looks like a lot more than those 100 strands when you go to wash or brush your hair. If you feel that your hair is shedding more than normal, I suggest either saving your hair in a Ziploc bag after washing or taking a picture with your phone to keep track. If over a 2-month time period, if the amount of hair has dramatically increased, you may then want to reach out to a doctor or dermatologist. Now that we have broken down the phases you and your hair go through in life, it's time to talk about the second half of the science to your hair, which is equally as important, if not maybe more. Let's pretend that your hair is made up of 3 types of people. We have the diva, the workhorse,
Diva is on her way. Diva is on her way.
and the intern. The diva, also known as the cuticle layer, is the celebrity of your hair, all about appearances and making a grand entrance. When walking the red carpet, the diva needs a full glam squad to create her complete look. This flashy outer layer is responsible for the hair's shine, smoothness, and grand appearance, as well as being the face of your hair. Without the diva, your hair doesn't hold the same value and upstanding reputation. Next, we have the workhorse, which is the cortex. The cortex is always behind the scenes of the diva, putting everything into motion. It is the backbone of the hair, providing strength and elasticity. Because the workhorse thrives behind the scenes to get the job done, it relies on the diva, your cuticle, to uphold her reputation so the cortex stays in shape. Last, we have the low-level intern, the medulla. The intern is not always around or needed, and not all hair types have them.
Where is the intern? How am I supposed to know?
The intern medulla is not making or breaking your hair, but because they are a part of the hair structure, it had to be mentioned.
Did you guys need something?
Now, you may be wondering,
Summer, why do we need to know all this hair science stuff?
the reason is because it's going to set realistic expectations and help you tailor a routine that's going to give you the best shot at your healthiest hair. It is like having your mom's secret recipe to your favorite cake, understanding each ingredient or phase, meaning your hair can turn out as fabulous as you've always wanted. Let's break it down. On average, your hair grows about 1/2 inch per month while it's in the growing phase, better known as the grow up. So if you are dreaming of those Rapunzel locks overnight, it is sadly time for a reality check.
Then why do I feel like my hair is growing so slow?
But if it feels like your hair isn't growing at all, it is most likely stemming from 3 major culprits, and I want to hear from you guys in the comments on whether or not you think any of these culprits are affecting the health of your hair. The first culprit is diet. And before you say,
Yeah, I've heard this before.
I'm going to explain it in a way that you have never heard before. I want you to imagine that your body is like a nightclub on a wild Saturday night. To get in, your organs are the A-listers
I won't even need
getting
dialysis
first
after
dibs
this.
on nutrients.
This club's awesome.
Muscles, bones, and tissues
Hey.
are next in line, and hair is
Finally.
all the way at the end, patiently waiting for all the healthy goodness. Sadly, your hair is not considered an essential part of your body.
Wait, what?
I know, it's crazy. So with the other parts of your body getting nutrients first, this means that if you're nutrient deficient in something, it's going to show up first in your hair. Signs of this can be excessive shedding, slow growth, thinning, and your hair overall looking just sort of dull and dry. Beauty starts from within. So if your diet is more fast
I'll
food
start my diet tomorrow. I promise.
than clean eating, there is a good chance it's affecting not only your entire body, but also your hair. Eating a well-balanced diet packed with high-quality foods is always going to boost your overall health, but it's also going to help ensure that your hair internally is getting what it needs to get max potential while in that growth cycle. Supplements like collagen powder, vitamins also help in assisting hair health as well. Think of it as feeding your hair with everything it needs to shine from the inside out. Culprit 2 is breakage. Breakage is the ultimate party pooper for hair growth.
Party's lame.
And this culprit really ties in the importance of understanding the layers of your hair, the diva and workhorse. Breakage happens when the diva, your cuticle layer, starts getting a bad rap and reputation.
I'm not trying to ruin my hair, I'm just gonna cut corners.
Poor hair care choices you make start wearing the diva down, exposing the workhorse, the cortex, which remember is the backbone of your hair structure. When the workhorse is exposed by the cuticle getting a bad rap, the hair becomes fragile and is likely to break. Breakage comes from excessive heat styling and extreme color services that are always sure to cause breakage in your hair. Imagine coming to Florida, the Sunshine State, and treating yourself to a week-long vacation of water and sun, but with no sunscreen. You would be covered head to toe in a terrible sunburn on the first day. This would be extremely painful, and it would kick off that dreaded cycle of your skin peeling and having to heal itself, let alone the long-term effects that your skin will see in the future from that one-time burn. Heat styling and chemical services like bleaching and coloring can cause serious breakage, and they are the sunburn to your skin in this scenario. While high heat and extreme color services might not show up as fast as a sunburn, they still have those long-term effects that will eventually find their way to breaking your hair. In just a bit, I'm gonna go over the steps you should be taking to keep your hair as healthy and thick as possible, but we have one more final culprit to go over first. Culprit 3, the ultimate bad words. Getting older. Our hair grows fastest between the ages of 15 and 30, and then starts to slow down after that, meaning that your growth cycles are shorter than they were in your youth. to be young again. This is why it's crucial to double down on a good diet and proper hair care to keep your hair looking its best as you age. Now it's time to go over 4 steps that will help to externally assist your natural growth cycle, prevent breakage, and repair your hair if it's already in a stressed out state. Step 1, while it will sound repetitive, it is something that must be remembered at all times. I have ignored this step and it always comes back to bite me in the butt. You must use heat protection. Heat protection is included in a lot of styling products, but to get the absolute most coverage, you want to use a dedicated heat protection spray. One like Living Proofs and Moroccan Oils are both aerosol sprays, so they come out very light when using on dry hair before any iron work. You're able to spray them without making the hair feel too damp. Step 2 is going to not only prevent breakage, but it will also help to keep your hair looking vibrant and shiny. Remember Diva we introduced earlier. This is going to help keep that cuticle layer in shape so you stay as flawless as she is. You need to keep your heat low. This means no excessive high heat temperatures from your hot tools. I always set my blow dryer to medium heat so it's hot enough to dry my hair in good time, but it's also going to be a little bit more gentle on the hair. Your flat and curling irons, if they have a digital setting, coarse hair, no higher than 375, and fine hair, we're going to drop that heat to no higher than a 325 to 330 degrees Fahrenheit. Step 3 can feel overwhelming or confusing to some, but it all comes down to having realistic expectations when it comes to your own hair. Step 3 is decreasing chemical services.
Girl, are you kidding me?
Hear me out. I don't mean that you have to give up getting those grays covered every month, but more so to not go all Picasso on your hair. Meaning moderation is key.
I guess these are a lot of foils.
Stylist terms, we call it low and slow. So for an example, if you have medium dark brown hair and you want to turn yourself into Goldilocks, you need to talk with your stylist about the importance of maintaining the health of your hair during the process. Extreme changes should be done in multiple services rather than rushing it in one appointment. And anytime you are lightening your hair, whether it be an extreme or soft change, you must be sure that you are following the rest of these steps religiously in order to keep your hair in tip-top shape. Step 4 is the ultimate treat to your hair, and it would be the equivalent of taking a vacation. Much like you need time to get away and relax, so does your hair, and that is why step 4 is a day of rest. You need to, depending on your wash cycle, pick 1 day a week to 2 times a month to give your hair an all-inclusive trip of repair and relaxation. On this day of rest, you want to treat your hair to a repair treatment or moisture mask that's going to help revive and refresh your ends. Just like a massage helps to heal your sore muscles, hair masks help to go in and heal those sore strands of hair. My favorite way to treat my hair on its rest day is to use a repair treatment like K18, Olaplex, or Redken's. I found that the brand doesn't really matter as much as accurate application does. Think about how lame it would be if your highly anticipated massage was performed with your therapist just rushing through and neglecting your most sore spots.
Sir, this is not relaxing.
You would be quite annoyed, and worse, your body would still have some of those aches and pains you went in with. This is why it's best to take your time and apply your mask in sections to make sure that you are evenly coating the hair so it can get all the repair that it needs. Once out of the shower, I like to balance out the repair aspects of K18, Olaplex, or Redken with a moisturizing oil. My personal go-to for this is Moroccan Oil's original treatment, the light version. You only need very little product, and I like to spread that onto my ends to give them the final touch of TLC. On my hair's day of rest, I will opt to apply a leave-in conditioner to help lock in those benefits mentioned by the products. You can at this point opt to blow dry your hair on low heat. Remember, use a heat protectant, or you can air dry. However, if you do this routine in the evening, make sure that your hair is fully dry prior to sleeping, as hair is most fragile when it's wet, and we don't want to jeopardize any of the hard work and care that you are putting into your hair. Now that we have the science of hair structure and growth down, it makes it much easier for you to understand the importance of taking the extra care and steps mentioned in this video. Hair has a life of its own, and sometimes some of the most common things we do alter the health of our hair. Find out the 3 major mistakes to avoid in this video right here to be sure you always keep your healthy hair in tip-top shape. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.